Yeah.
So I don't have anything planned for tonight, which is okay. But I am going to talk about the workout. It's not anything we haven't done before. You know, it's kind of like I know. Okay, so I was talking to this person before COVID, so in like February, and she had a training plan from on this running company, a 5K training plan, and it had her. It was a half marathon training plan. It had her like 3 months out from the half marathon doing 3 by a mile at her 5K pace, which is just like an obscene workout at that in that like training phase. That's like a peaking workout for a 5K that I would not assign to most people. I might assign like 5 by 1K, which is like almost the same distance, but 3 by a mile is like a lot. And I was like, it really like, and I think that I have a lot of respect for the coaches at CRC, but I see this a lot in like online training plans too, is they sprinkle in like very sexy workouts, you know what I mean? I think to make people like feel like they did this like really hard workout, but really it's all about like just incrementally improving week over week. You know, it's not about like doing these big, or right when quarantine happened, all these races got canceled, people that I follow on Strava started doing these like insane like hero workouts or like time trialing marathons as hard, like full blast and stuff that they weren't ready for. And I was like, okay, you know, but like it's a good recipe. It's a good way to get hurt, essentially. So that's why we kind of just slowly build on what we've done before and let your body take its time and adapting, because the end goal isn't this workout. And like all these workouts should always feel like you have another rep in the tank. Like you're not like fully spent at the end. You know, you don't want to like run yourself into the ground every workout, because guess what? The next day or the day after that, you have to go run again. And then the next day is your long run. And then 2 days after that, you have to go run again. And then the day after that, you have another workout. And it just like builds on itself. So it's more about, so today we have, or tomorrow rather, we're going to have those 5K pace intervals. If you did kind of the virtual race 2 weeks ago, you can use that 5K pace. I actually think the weather is nicest. You're out in the morning tomorrow. You may find that same effort level is a little bit too easy, because if I remember correctly, it was like already in the high 70s and super humid when, you know what I mean, by like 8:30 in the morning on that Saturday of the virtual race. So, and that's why I always say to go by effort. But that's a good starting place. If you ran a mile, if you're doing our Kickstart and you opted for the mile option, just plug it into that calculator. It's in the email. But then it's just go out. You can tell a good way to tell how hard a workout is meant to be, or how hard you're meant to be running in the workout, is by how long the recoveries are. Like if we're doing work at marathon pace, you're eventually going to work up to, you know, like 6 by 5 or something at, I don't know what we eventually end up at. But you're going to work up to it's longer intervals, shorter rests, because you don't need as much rest when you're not running as intensely. If you look at these workouts, you're going to see, 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off. Like 2 minutes is a long time to recover. And so that should tell you that this should be, whereas like marathon pace is something that's like comfortable, high-end comfortable. Maybe half marathon pace is like just on the far side of comfortable. Like I'm now uncomfortable, but I'm not like dying. 5K pace should be fairly uncomfortable right from the jump. But if you have never done, I mean, we've done a couple 5K pace workouts already, but especially for the people who are doing the level 1 here, if you haven't done this before, I would say go out easier than you might think. Like a notch slower, and then if you want to pick it up on later reps, go ahead and pick it up. But it does just kind of take doing this a few times to kind of find that balance. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And then afterwards, like I'm a big proponent of doing strides on the tail end. So you're tired from the workout. Once you're done with the intervals, you want to fully recover. Maybe like 5 minutes of jogging, slowly jogging. Do those 4 strides, fully recover between those strides, and then cool down. So the big advantage is that when you do strides and you're already tired, so I don't want to say nobody, but if I have strides on my schedule, I always do them at the end of my run, because a part of the benefit is to get kind of a neurological adaptation when you're already tired. So tack those on to the end. They don't have to be super hard. You don't have to do a 100-meter sprint. So I think we've covered strides. If anybody has any questions about those, you can ask or email me. But yeah, and then you're done.
So I have a question. So in the interval, it's 3 minutes, because I don't have any of that stuff sitting in front of me. So it's 3 minutes at the 5K for me, because I'm just kickstarting. 3 minutes at the 5K.
If you're doing the level 1 plan, it's 4 by 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off.
4. 2 minutes on, 2 off. Okay.
Yep.
And 4 of those. So whatever the distance, and then okay.
And then 4 strides following that. So yeah, the distance is going to be just
whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
2 minutes on, 2 minutes off.
And then for the level 2, so level 2 half plan is going to be 4 by 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off. Level 3 is 5 by 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off.
That's not me. I'm just lucky. I'm just thankful. I'm able to run without any pain, so I'm going to keep it that way.
Right. Yes. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons not to just jump into these gigantic workouts right up front, and to kind of err on the side of running a little slower. It's always better to be like 5% undertrained than 1% overtrained or hurt.
Yep.
Okay. But and then just make sure that your cool down is at least half a mile. If you go over the mileage for that week a little bit, that's fine. If you run like a quarter mile over, it doesn't matter. But the cool down is important. So like when you're working hard, your muscles are generating a lot of various byproducts and chemicals and stuff that require your blood pumping to flush out. So when you just stop right at the end, your heart rate comes down much faster than your muscles stop producing those byproducts, because they're still trying to get things cleared out. So if you aren't keeping kind of your heart rate up, I mean, not like super high, but just keep moving, you know what I mean, to kind of flush that stuff out a little bit, you're going to end up in worse off the next day than if you jog for another 5 minutes or so. So cool down is important, very important.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else have any questions or anything they want to talk about? If you don't, it's okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to apply this to run walk. And 4 by 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off. Should I try a 2 minutes on run, a 2 minutes off walk? And kind of change my run walk a little bit?
I think that would be, it's kind of going to be so people run walk for a lot of different reasons. Maybe it's because of like an injury history, or maybe it's because of cardiovascular fitness. So this answer is kind of individual, but yeah, I mean, I think that the going straight 2 minutes of running and then 2 minutes of walking would be a lot of rest from 2 minutes of running. So you might go run the 2 minutes and then go back to your normal run walk, or an easier run walk. So what do you normally do, like off on for your run walk?
60-30 right now.
Okay, so
I also did the full mile straight run for the last week.
Okay.
So I think I can do that.
Right. So you could do the 2 minutes on, and then, I mean, if you ran the full mile, you could do 2 minutes on and then go back to your 60-30, start with the 30 seconds, you know what I mean? So go down to a walk from that 2 minutes and then 60-30, because it's supposed to be somewhat challenging. I mean, it is, it's meant to be strenuous. It's just finding that right balance. But so that's I think that you'd be okay to go the 2 minutes on and then go back to your run walk. I wouldn't just walk the 2 minutes, because that's like a lot of it's going to be a lot of recovery. And part of the magic of it is that you don't want to recover too much. Like, you want to keep your body in some kind of state of stress. So yeah, does that make sense?
Yes.
Sharon, I saw it's working well for you. That's exciting.
Yeah, it seems to be. And I've made several attempts to return to running, and they've all been unsuccessful. This is the first time I've been able to make it this long. So I'm really happy. And part of it is I've had a long time to recover now from whatever it was. and I give Cirque a lot of credit for it. I have learned a lot from these sessions, from the Ohio State therapists, as well as these sessions. And I've been able to incorporate a lot of your ideas into my running, as well as I'm really being good about abiding by the schedule, because I think I had a tendency to do too much too fast before. And by being really careful about not running too far or too fast, it's allowed me to, I think, gain some strength and do real well. So thanks to all of you for all of your help.
That's awesome. Congrats. So
none of us, only you are the one actually doing the work. So you're welcome. But also, like, you the one that has to go out and do it every day. So congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only secret to be getting more good at running is just to be very like gradual and consistent, and if you go so hard that you then have to back off, it's much worse. Like, it's much worse to overdo it and get hurt, or have to, like, the way to get good at running is not to get hurt, basically. Like, I mean, like, everybody has their own genetic potential, and like the workouts and stuff are important. But the most important thing is don't miss time. So yeah, that's the big secret.
Charlie, I have a question.
Yes.
I was supposed to do 3 miles today, and I ended up doing 6.5 because I had to pick my car up, and it was 6.5 miles away. So should I just skip tomorrow's workout and do it the next day, or what do you think?
You're doing level 1 or level 2, Brenda?
Level 2.
2. I would probably say that you are. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I would say that you're probably good to, I wouldn't skip the quality workout. I would skip that 3 on Thursday and maybe move tomorrow's to Thursday.
Oh, okay. Cool. That'd
Yeah.
be better for me too. Okay.
Yeah, so that way you get the recovery. Because, I mean, at this point, 6.5 miles, by the way, I love the pick up your car on foot strategy. I leave my car when bars are open someday soon. I just leave my car all over town because I'm just like, well, I'll just run down there and get it in the morning. I used to have 2 cars until like 4 months ago. And one morning I woke up on Sunday and both of my cars were parked in different parts of the city, neither of which was my house. So I was like, all right, I don't know how I'm going to make this one work. It was fun. Yes. Yeah, but I would say skip that other 3 and then, but don't miss the quality workout. And if you do that on Thursday and take tomorrow off, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda, you got some great sunshine coming in your window.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, does anybody have any other questions? I didn't really have a topic prepared this week. But that's okay. We're going to run out of stuff to talk about eventually anyway.
I don't have a question on that, but when is the gait analysis discussion? I know that I saw it, but I don't know what the date and time is.
Sunday, 6 p.m.
Sunday at 6, okay.
And it'll be recorded, right?
Yeah.
It will be recorded.
So if you
Well,
miss it-
hey, if I don't make it, because again, I got out of town company coming and stuff, and I think, Terry, I've told you this before, that, when I had my gait analyzed from those guys, it was really, I mean, it's a great thing to go through. And I really thought I knew what they were talking about until I took the paperwork home and then tried to look at it. And I had absolutely no idea what all those numbers meant. And so just in case, and maybe they've already changed that, but what I had suggested that there be a narrative, if it says that this range should be between 12 and 15 and you're a 17, well, what does that mean? And I'm just throwing that out because it's been so long since I had it done. But if they could just say, hey, this is what we're analyzing when you do this. This is what is a good range and you're outside of it. And that's, give me a narrative so that when I take that paperwork home, I can review it and understand what I'm looking at, because I couldn't the last time.
That makes sense. It makes sense to them, but it doesn't make sense to us.
Well, and it made sense when they were right in front of me, and they were saying, okay, Mary, this is what your hips are doing, and this is what we see your feet doing, and all this other stuff. It made perfect sense why I was there, but hell, by the time I got home,
Yeah.
it was meaningless. So
Right.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget that stuff.
yeah, well, yeah. That goes with the territory.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. But I hope I'll be able to make it on 6 on
Well,
Sunday after 7 o'clock.
It will be recorded, so you can then watch it again. And if you missed any of our earlier talks, they're also on the website and recorded.
But you're not recording your workouts on Thursday.
I'm not recording my workouts on Thursday. No, that's a little because of the way it is, because of the way it be. It's with you guys. You know what I mean? I'm just not.
Yeah, I understand. I'll see you guys. All
Um,
right.
Charlie,
Yes.
I'm going to send 2 people to a breakout room, so if you get invited, don't join.
Okay.
Because you're not invited.
I don't want to be in there.
I don't know how to take you off of it, so.
Charlie,
Yes.
I'm going to try to make Thursday night, but I will have company, so it could be a possibility that I won't make it.
That's totally okay.
Okay.
I'll
I
be
don't know.
there.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody will be there.
Mhm.
Well,
All right.
Does anybody on here have any requests for things that we can talk about in the future? We just didn't prepare anything for tonight, but if you guys have anything that you would like us to prepare.
I think maybe just give everybody just give everybody reminders of recovery after these long runs and this heat and stuff. Just kind of refresh what they've learned, because you know how we forget. Well, at least you and I, just kind of spice it
maybe, Brenda, I might make you do this. Maybe we can have the coaches take us through their running journey. Like, how did you start? I mean, I know how you started running, but other people might not. It might be a fun thing to learn.
Yeah.
And your ups and downs and injuries and good races and stuff. And then we can make Terry do it. And then we can make everybody but me do it.
Yeah.
Well, we did our intros.
That's true. Yeah. Just thought. Yeah. Well, I think we have to keep this open. I'm comfortable with this being like a Q&A sometimes. There's it's 26 weeks long. There's only so many things you can talk about
That's
with
right.
running. Go out and do it. Go run.
Well, hey, so do you guys ever think that anytime this season, you're gonna get the group runs back together?
I mean, that's a decision we'd have to talk to the whole board about. But right now, we're continuously assessing it. We have board meetings on a monthly basis, but all I can say is right now that's not, and Terry, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that's not something that we're actively discussing.
Okay.
I mean, obviously we're monitoring the situation like everybody else, but there are some precautions, that some things that we would want to do to be comfortable doing that in terms of like taking temperatures and stuff right now that I think are going to be, that I think are tough to handle logistically. And I know that other running groups have made other decisions, but right now that's kind of where we're at.
Okay.
I got there.
All
We
right.
will forever have to be careful with the church because of the older people.
That's true. Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that's where we all hang out. Let's just keep it outside. But yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Look at that. Yeah. Where's my kitten? I don't know where it is. We introduced the cats. That's my big news. They are not best friends yet. They fight a lot.
Give it time. My friend who just got the 2 kittens with her older cat, they get along beautifully now. And he was hissing and having a fit and didn't want anything to do with them. And now they're like best buddies and curl up and sleep together and groom each other. It just took a while to get there.
I hope so.
It's really cute to see now.
So my older cat, Jolene, she meets the younger cat and she just hissed at him, bats at him, growls at him, makes all these horrible noises. And I don't think he had ever hissed before, but he didn't know what to do at first, but now he hisses at her and she's like, oh, what? Are you kidding me? Like, don't talk to me like that. And I'm like, he learned it from watching you, Jolene. Like, it didn't have to be this way. But it'll be okay, probably.
All right, kids. Well, I'm going to get off because I think my husband and my sister are texting each other, and there must have been something bad that happened on East Lake.
Okay.
So hopefully I'll see you guys Thursday or Sunday.
All right, Mary. Bye, honey.
Bye, guys. Safe running.
You too.
I will see you on Thursday.
All right.
I'm getting off.
I'll try to see you on Thursday. Otherwise, I'll just do your workout.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's pretty low key this season.
Yeah, I have enough of them. I can mix them all up. Thank you, Charlie.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Terry.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I live in the country and just had somebody show up at my door on a
Do you
hoverboard.
need me for anything? Oh.
Isn't that weird?
Oh.
Here's the main offender. Ah!
She's the one in charge, huh?
She thinks so. I think my prediction is that she's going to end up being afraid of him because she's really just a big baby.
Okay.
Well, thanks everybody. Have a good week.
You
We'll see you
too,
next
Shannon.
week. Same time, same place.